Easy banking.
Charlie life no be easy, but it will be Charlie. Sometimes some things be long, but it will be Charlie. You the one open account too, if I do money transfer. You tire, oh. But it be like if I buy credit. It be simple, star 901 hash. Take your phone and dial star 901 hash. You go feel anything. Charlie, that thing the pop, cause it be very, very simple.
No matter the phone you use, oh. Charlie be like if you sign up, cause it be pop, it be fast, it be access bank, everybody fit use. Whether you be trader, you be carpenter, or you dey go school, go house ranger. It be DSTV or Go TV bill, you go fit the Charlie house ranger. Nana sika kakrake a wode nenam town there, Joe. You know the here, say house ranger. You know the matter who you be, you fit use them anytime. No the matter where you dey, Charlie house ranger. Internet no the here, Joe. Everything be back. It be simple.
Star 901 hash. Star 901 hash. You go feel
Easy banking.
Hello guys, we're finally getting closer to the grand finale. 10 Ghanaian entrepreneurs have made it this far, from pitching to the jury, to the masterclass, and to the boardroom pitch. These top 10 finalists who will be racing for the winning packages will be telling us about their experiences, their lessons, and goals for the future. This is the Business Startup Challenge, an initiative by Paso Global, empowered by Access Bank. Your business, your power. So discipline is very key. At the end of the day, you realize that whatever it is that you are doing, there may be other competitors out there. But discipline will help you become unique. Discipline will help you go the last mile. Discipline will help you achieve whatever your objectives are at the end of the day.
Okay, my journey through the Business Startup Challenge has been amazing. It has been good. I remember coming in, seeing a lot of people, and I was wondering how everything was going to end, but it has been good. I've met interesting people, I've made interesting friends, and we are all going together as a family now. The connection is great, so far so good. My journey has been very, very good and interesting.
The whole journey. So it has actually been very informative and educational. I feel I've had a chance to learn a lot, but also, you know, had me on my toes a bit. But I would say generally it has had its ups and downs.
That's not be easy. When we started, the pressure. I had some sleepless nights because I had to do a lot of research. Yes, and so it has not been easy at all. But by God's grace, we have been able to go through each of the processes, and this is how far God has brought us.
It's been quite an interesting journey. I remember when we first started, the very first day I got there, and I didn't even have a place to sit because there were so many people, and here we are, and there are more than enough seats, if I may put it that way. But it's been very exciting and an eye-opening experience. So.
Well, it's been a great journey so far. I will use this opportunity on behalf of NASPA and myself to say a very big thank you to the entire Access Bank team and then the Paso Group for this wonderful opportunity to enable us to really outdoor our potentials. So I'll say the journey so far, I quite remember getting into the challenge. I actually applied on the very last day, the deadline, and then God being so good, we made it to the top 10. Now we are here now. So it's been a journey of ups and downs, but we've managed to be here by the grace of God. So it's been a great journey so far.
Oh, for me, it's been quite exciting and full of emotions for me at a point when I thought I was going to be evicted, but I made it through, so It's been quite exciting and challenging at the same time.
Oh my gosh, the journey so far has been amazing, interesting. You know, I've got to meet people that they are just really inspiring. I don't know if one can imagine you are in a competition with someone and they've asked you to prepare your business model document, and one of your competitors is giving you the template. That day I was like, this is not competition, but it's a fun. It was like an environment for us to have fun, experience, and then get something out of it. And the most amazing part of it was when I couldn't make it to the top 9. After 5 days I was there, and one of them called me and they were like, Amina, they are congratulating you on the page because they've given you a wild card to come back into the competition. I was like, wow, what really happened that day? It was like, at first I was going to a big castle, and then somebody just took me out of it, and all of a sudden they just brought me into the middle. The experience has been so far amazing. In fact, as at now, anytime I see the logo of Access Bank, there is some sort of unique, amazing smile that comes into my face. Yes.
Okay, so connection, yes, that's like getting to know a lot of people, and money. Yes, the money also inspired. I won't take that out. The money inspired me. Yes.
Okay, so aside the money, all right. aside the money, I think the exposure one, the opportunity to meet more people, to see my business from different people's eyes, like to get a different perspective when it comes to everything I do. I think that's a major factor. But then again, you know, the money is actually a really good point. Yeah.
You know, when I started Van Naturals, these wonderful foods, like for instance, this peanut butter and the rest, you have the spices, the ginger, and the remaining. I always explore because I want to learn more, and so all the time when I'm less busy, it's either I'm on my phone doing research, and then also on the social media platforms as well. And so I came across this advert, and then I said, okay, fine. Once it's there, why not? Let me just register, and then just forget about it or leave it to go, so that if anything comes up, I'll face it. And so that was how come I came through into this competition.
The money. I needed the money. I knew there was going to be a bit of a training component, and I definitely knew I was going to benefit from that. So
Great. So talking about inspiration is something that has got to do with learning. So one of our core values as an institution or as a startup company is about consistent learning. So anytime we kind of like come across an opportunity for us to learn and upskill, it's something that we do that with no hesitation at all. So I believe that has been our major point of what inspiration. It's an opportunity to learn, to network, to upskill, to learn about new skills in terms of business development, growth, scaling up strategies, and so on and so forth. So it's been great.
Well, my inspiration has been the prize money, the insurance, and the coaching that comes with winning the challenge. Yeah, so for me, it's all the benefits that come with the challenge. That's been my inspiration.
As a young lady, I see that we live in a world where one needs to bring something on board in order to put a smile on the life of others. I'm inspired to do something that would make an impact in the lives of women, young ones. We are all there, and getting some basic needs sometimes is always a challenge. So I realized there is the need, as I've been able to make it to the university level, comparing myself to my others. It's not like I'm taking myself high, but I've seen that it is a chance for me to stand up and do something that will motivate them and make us feel like we are on earth. Yes.
I've learned a lot. So throughout the challenge, we've had the opportunity of listening to so many people, so many coaches coming in and out to teach us a lot. So time timing is one thing I've learned. I've learned that when you put a time to something, you should be able to execute it as a business owner. You shouldn't wait or you shouldn't procrastinate. So that's one very important thing I've learned throughout the challenge, and I'm implementing it and it's working. So it's good for me.
I've learned so much. Let me see. I've learned about investment. I've learned about growing as a business. I've learned about the legal nitty-gritties that has to do with running a business. But most importantly, I've learned how to work in a team, because in the session where we had to do the innovation pitch, I had to work with two different business owners under one team. That's Team Emmeline, where we had to develop something like this, right? So we had to work in like a series of like 2 or 3 days to be able to get the perfect pitch for the Access Bank Innovation Pitch Challenge, which I felt was very, very challenging, because we're in different locations, right? So one is in Accra, one's in Elmina, and I'm in Tamale. So it's like, it was a whole different thing, but then I felt like we still found a way around it. And I think that really, really helped.
Wow, a lot. I've really learned a lot. So like I said from the beginning, I didn't even know what pitch is. Yes, I didn't even know what pitch is. I had never stood before a jury before. So once we started this business, it was just raw. Let me just put it down. It was just raw. But this challenge has actually shaped and has added a lot of color. And so I've learned a lot, very, very much in this competition.
Well, I've learned so much. I've come to recognize the fact that businesses need to grow organically. Sometimes, you try to push it to scale beyond its capabilities at the time, and that is very unhealthy. So that is one main takeaway from this competition.
Wow. So far we've learned a lot, but basically the most important thing amongst all is about the scaling strategy that I've really taken into consideration about when you have to scale. It hasn't has to be immature scale up. It has to be slow, and then it has to be sure. So we're actually scaling up by slow and then by sure.
Well, before I joined the challenge, there were a lot of things I was not doing right as a business. Like, the business was me and I was the business. But entering the challenge, I've got to know that I have to separate my personal life from the business. Even though I run the business alone, single-handedly, I have to separate my business operations from my personal life. Yeah, so for me, that has been one of the major lessons.
Whew, I've learned a lot. You know what? Anytime I see an opportunity about entrepreneurship, it's like, this is a chance for you to get experience. So I knew it that starting the application for this, I was coming to learn a lot. I've learned a lot in regards to handling my data, recording, organizing my team. It's been amazing. I've learned a lot, and I'm looking up to learning more out of this challenge. Yeah.
Okay, so with everything I've learned so far, yes, I'm even changing things now when it comes to advertising my products. I had a very straight way of doing things, but throughout the challenge, I've learned from different companies and from different people how they go about with advertising or bringing out a new product. So far, that's one thing I'm taking out here, to change the way I do my advertisement and other things. Yes.
How different? Different. Okay, so I would say with what I've learned, being with the teamwork, I would inculcate a lot more teamwork at the office, because I feel like a lot more is done when people are working in a team. Even though yes, it's kind of slower, but I feel like you get the better results. Like you get different aspects of the entire assignment. Yeah.
With my coach and also with my second coach, I've learned a lot from them, and whatever there is to learn, I've gotten a lot from them. We are approaching our business now with a different tactics altogether. Yes, and even those resource people who also came through in the boardroom and then the master classes, whatever they taught also, we have also put all this in place for us to skyrocket thereafter. Yes.
Well, just let it grow more organically. You know, I'd allow it to grow like it should. Where there needs to be some capital injection to have something done or to move to the next logical stage, would make that happen. But we're not going to try to grow too fast, too quickly.
Great. So in the next coming year, for instance, the first week or first quarter of January 2022, we're looking at launching our mobile app, which is NASPA app, which allows our clients to have easy access to cleaning their vehicles just by clicks, trying to eliminate the waiting time and then the driving time to and then from the local garages. So this is something that the Ghanaians in the local community should look up for. It's something great, and it's going to create more of a sort of a convenience to our clients. So I believe they should welcome it and then embrace it with good hearts.
All that I've learned through the challenge, especially at the boot camp, like the business model from Derek, from ours, shoot them down. Like there's so much I've learned there that now I plan to apply to my business. Like as I said earlier, separating my personal life from my business, banking my transactions, making sure that I set goals and meet them. Previously, I wasn't really doing these things very well, but entering the challenge, I've learned these things, and now going forward, I want to apply them.
I've been thinking a lot of things have come on board, but I'm actually looking at starting step by step as we've been taught. I'm looking at approaching it professionally. At first, after we had our last mass class exercise or something like that, I realized like all those things I've been doing was like local and traditional way of approaching business. But for now, I'm going to approach Amisha like professional way.
So I always ask startup entrepreneurs, before you go into any venture, ask yourself, would my business venture still make sense even after the next 5 years? If it wouldn't, let it make sense.
In the next 2 years, we want to come out with a shop greens meal kit. Yes, with a shop greens meal kit where we will be able to send meal kits out to people for them to purchase, especially to students. So we are trying to, I've set a goal to broaden my scope by involving students in my packages. For now, the people I attract most are foreigners and then expatriates and corporate people. But now I'm setting a goal of involving students in my packages. That's the shop greens meal kit. So that's one goal I've set for myself.
Okay, so basically for 2021, a very big goal is to to build a mobile app platform that's going to help with our operations. Because I feel like the backbone of every logistics company is actually customer service. And I feel the mobile app is going to really help diffuse a lot of the challenges that it comes with. So in the year 2021, building a mobile app, very, very keen. But moving into the future, I would look into expanding our business into other parts of the northern sector of Ghana, and also creating more jobs generally.
You know, like we are saying, looking at these spices, fish powder, we have natural mixed spices, ginger powder, we also have shrimp, pepper, and turmeric. The goal of this product is not supposed to be with Van Naturals. The goal of this product is supposed to be on the kitchen of every household. And so our goal is to get these natural products into every kitchen in the country and beyond. So go Van Naturals, go to every kitchen. No Van Naturals, no eating.
Well, the main goal for the business is to grow, right? Like any other organization, we seek to grow and we seek to do it according to the various timelines that we've established based on our interactions with our coaches from the competition, and everything that we've learned so far.
Great. So, as I mentioned earlier on, we've set goals, for instance, about launching our mobile application in coming first quarter of 2022. So the major milestone we seek to achieve in this period of time is completing our first 1,000 deliveries within the first quarter of 2022. This is a major goal that we really looking up to, and then we doing all necessary technical, provisions to enable this smooth operation.
Yeah, for me, my business goal was to get a solid team to work with. Because for now, I run the business alone, and it's been quite tough and very challenging. So my first goal is to get a solid team that I can work with, create brand awareness, like make my brand known more out there, and also get a good market share in order to increase profits.
Amazing, interesting, and attainable goals. Because I'm looking at least, as I'm working along with the sustainable development goals, like by 2030, I'm looking at a total number of 160 people in my community should gain employment, and which is possible because it's all about share butter, and it's just the matter of getting what we need so that everything can be in place. I'm looking at bringing things on board, like making my own people produce what they've been using, like the shea butter, pomade, and those sort of things. Those are the goals I've set for my people and the country at large.
Hey, my founder's memory. Oh, I remember. I think it was a Zoom interview I was supposed to. That was when we had to do the final 5. And my coach was, she was doing all sorts of things to me. Instead of she to just go ahead, instead of her to just go ahead and then just pick me, she went around. I think I was the last person she chose, and I nearly collapsed. I remember I covered my face throughout the whole thing, and finally I heard my name. So I think that was one of the fondest moments I'll never forget. She really grilled me that day. I can't imagine. I thought I was doing well. Then she came out and she mentioned my name last. How? I wasn't expecting it at all, but it was all good. I made it, so yes.
I think it's like a whole day. It's a whole day. That day was very, very eventful, right? I think that was when we were drafted from 50 startups to 30 startups. So I was in Tamale the day before, and I knew that I had to come here to Accra for that. And then I knew I didn't have to miss it because I feel it's a very, very big opportunity. So I left the following morning. I did struggle a lot to get a plane ticket. I suffered a lot. But then one thing that helped was I went to go meet my primary school classmate as the head of, them tickets things. And then she actually helped out. And then she even gave one of the best tickets. I got to sit by Fancy Gadam. And then I came to Accra. So when I just got here, I just went straight to Impact Hub where the program was being held. And funny part was when I immediately got to my turn to go inside to go and pitch, the whole thing changed. The whole sequence of things changed. So I was ready. I was mic'd up and everything. I was there like, yo, G, it's time. I'm going to deliver. And then just before I go inside, like, oh, no, wait. Oh, please, wait, sit down. We are having different people coming in to come and do something. I was like, oh, wow. So I sat down for like 10 minutes with a mic, right, where, other people were going in and all that. So I feel, like that all added to my tension and everything. But then all in all, that day turned out to be fruitful. I remember calling my people in Tamale to tell them I made it to the top 30. They were excited, but they didn't know what it is I had to go through, the ordeal I had to go through if I made it that far. Yeah. So that whole day, that is like my best experience. That's top, yeah.
My fondest memory has to do with the first day when we had to pitch. I mean, the tension and because it was my first time, I didn't know what jury stood was about. I didn't even know the juries. I didn't even know the people who. I didn't know anything, and so it was like I was a bit anxious and I wouldn't say scared, but that was my fondest memory. At least once I overcame that one, I've been able to challenge myself into the competition this far.
Fondest memory. It would always be the first day. When I got there and I saw the crowd, it was crazy. I thought, hey, so many people have no place to sit. Will I make it to the top, whatever, but here we are, and I am so grateful. I'll always remember that first moment.
Wow, so fondest memory is, so far I could say, during our time of the first eviction stage, I think the second eviction stage, where we had to select we had to be part of the final 30, I think, to go into the what you call it, the boardroom, not yet, sort of like an incubation period. So I remember there's one gentleman from Team Emily or so, and then during the eviction, he had to kiss one lady, and it's sort of like, wow, I was fascinated about it. I never expected it, and then I think it's been an interesting journey so far, and we are happy to be here.
That was during the second auditions when I thought I wasn't going to make it to the top 30. Yeah. The way my coach approached the thing, I thought he was going to evict me, but eventually I made it to top 30. Yeah, so that's like my fondest memory of this challenge.
It's been like my head has been bloating because all the time I feel like I'm doing something that is really touching to people. It's going to change the lives of not just one and not just two, but 100 of people. I feel like I deserve this position. I've been given the chance and I feel like, yes, I'm actually doing it. The most memorable thing is just when I couldn't make it to the top 9, as I was saying, my people were like, Amina, you are already a winner. Out of 2,000 applicants and you've made it this way, you are already a winner. And it really keeps me moving. Yes.
We don't just walk into any business or to start a business. You really need to plan. Ensure that you do the necessary research, because records show that more than 70% of startup businesses fail within the first 2 years. Develop some expertise, do some research, do some running around. Don't just base your drive on emotions, because it doesn't work that way. It has to be properly planned so that you can execute properly.
Well, you heard it all. The inspiration, the anticipation, and the expectations. Yet, the race is still on for Team Derek, Team Akosia, and Team Emily. Who makes it to the top 3? Now guess what? The power is yours. It's going to be yours actually through voting. Stick and stay to www.tbsuc.com. This has been the Business Startup Challenge. Your business, your power.
Me did the comfort Taki. Me na me CEO of Anis Jams. Me turn assorted drinks. Na edibi kokoko baby pepper. Edibi ko kumase takrade konongo na de ade. Ye dwuma ya ye eni di nema bebre. Eni di sika nso. Enti no me ho kire me sa. Metimi frɛ SME desk or Access Bank. Metimi frɛ omo Marcelina Erabna me ho kire me temo beboa me. Na me ka kire omo bobo me ti. Omo tie me. Na omo ba beboa me. Eno ne se omo de form sa ba. Na ma fele. Ama me na me ane se ma sai keke. Omo ba so omo use product e wo me shop no de ye collateral. And the mommy loan, I'm to mommy loan, maximum of 100,000. Mommy to me the year juma. Now I'm more interested. So I also a crabby. Now within 3 months, a cheer I'm a son, I'm a now aside SME, mekɔyɛ biribi na mehia advice bi a metumi frɛ ɔmo Rabna Marcelina metumi frɛ ɔmo ɔmo ba ɛbɛ advice me on what to do.
Access, more than banking.